President Donald Trump slammed the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals as a disgrace hours after a federal judge there barred his administration from refusing asylum to immigrants who crossed the southern border illegally. "It's a disgrace, and I'm going to put in a major complaint. Because you cannot win," the president ranted on Tuesday as he left the White House on his way to Mar-a-Lago for the Thanksgiving holiday. "We get beaten, and then we end up having to go to the Supreme Court. Like the travel ban that we won. The Ninth Circuit, we are going to have to look at that," he vowed without elaborating on what kind of actions the White House would take. dailymail.co.uk once 2018-11/21/006,452,742 6,412,227 image at 21,542,760,216,319. Height equals 423 width equals 634 alt equals class equals book order in share copy link to paste in your message. Judge blocks Trump's order barring asylum for illegal immigrants loaded. 0% progress. 0% 0 o'clock PREVIOUSPLAYSKIPLIVEMUT 0 o'clock current time 0 o'clock duration time 0 o'clock full screen text video quality foreground white black or green blue yellow magenta cyan opaque semi opaque background white black or green blue yellow magenta cyan opaque semi transparent window white black or green blue yellow magenta cyan opaque semi transparent font size 50% 75% 100% 125% 150% 175% 200% 300% 400% text edge style non-erased depreciation firm drop shadow font familiar default monospace serif proportional serif monospace sans serif proportional sans serif casual script small caps default style minimus expand class. Trump issued a proclamation on November 9 that said anyone who crossed the southern border between official ports of entry would be ineligible for asylum. As the first of several caravans of migrants have started arriving at the U.S.-Mexico border, Trump said an asylum ban was necessary to stop what he's attacked as a national security threat. But in his ruling Monday, U.S. District Judge John Tiger of the Ninth Circuit agreed with legal groups that immediately sued, arguing the U.S. immigration law clearly allows someone to seek asylum, even if they enter the country between official ports of entry. Whatever the scope of the president's authority, he may not rewrite the immigration laws to impose a condition that Congress has expressly forbidden, said Tiger, a nominee of former President Barack Obama. "This was an Obama judge, and I'll tell you what, this is not going to happen anymore," Trump vowed on Tuesday. "Everybody that wants to sue the U.S. almost they file their case in the Ninth Circuit, and it means an automatic loss. No matter what you do, no matter how good your case is. And the Ninth Circuit is really something we have to take a look at because it's not fair. People should not be allowed to immediately run to this very friendly circuit and file their case." His fiery rhetoric was backed up by a salvo from his press secretary. At this very moment, massive numbers of aliens are arriving at our southern border, threatening to incapacitate our already overwhelmed immigration system, Sarah Sanders said in a statement on Tuesday. Yet now, a single district judge has issued a nationwide temporary restraining order preventing the executive branch from performing its constitutional duty to enforce our borders and control entry into the United States. This decision will open the floodgates, inviting countless illegal aliens to pour into our country on the American taxpayers' dime, she said. Share this article. Share 1.3K share. Sanders added, this temporary injunction is yet another example of activist judges imposing their open borders policy preferences, which are rejected by the overwhelming majority of the American people, and interfering with the executive branch's authority to administer the immigration system in a manner that ensures the nation's safety, security, and the rule of law. We will take all necessary action to defend the executive branch's lawful response to the crisis at our southern border. Trump has tangled with the Ninth Court before and won. In December, a three-judge panel of the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, all of whom were appointed by President Bill Clinton, ruled Trump's travel ban policy should be partially blocked because the president appears to have exceeded his authority in issuing the directive. The Supreme Court, in a 5-4 decision, upheld a watered-down version of Trump's travel ban. The administration pointed this out after the Ninth Circuit ruled against Trump's asylum ban. As the Supreme Court affirmed this summer, Congress has given the president broad authority to limit or even stop the entry of aliens into this country, the Justice Department and the Department of Homeland Security said in a joint statement. We look forward to continuing to defend the executive branch's legitimate and well-reasoned exercise of its authority to address the crisis at our southern border. In issuing the asylum ban, Trump used the same powers he used last year to impose a travel ban that was ultimately upheld by the Supreme Court. dailymail.co.uk 1/2018/11/21/006,452,746,412,227 Image of 28 1,542,761,044,715. JPG height equals 423 width equals 634 alt equals class equals book border in share copy link to paste in your message. dailymail.co.uk 1/2018/11/2013 6,425,194 6,407,283 Image of 14 1,542,719,026,790. JPG height equals 429 width equals 306 alt equals class equals book order in share copy link to paste in your message. If enforced, the ban would potentially make it harder for thousands of people to avoid deportation. DHS estimates around 70,000 people a year claim asylum between official ports of entry. But Tiger's ruling notes that federal law says someone may seek asylum if they have arrived in the United States, whether or not at a designated port of arrival. Individuals are entitled to asylum if they cross between ports of entry, said Badr Azmi, a lawyer for the Center for Constitutional Rights, which sued the government alongside the American Civil Liberties Union. It couldn't be clearer. Around 3,000 people from the first of the caravans have arrived in Tijuana, Mexico, across the border from San Diego, California. U.S. Customs and Border Protection said Monday that it closed off northbound traffic for several hours at the San Isidro crossing. It has also installed movable, wire-topped barriers, apparently to stop a potential mass rush of people. As of Monday, 107 people detained between official crossings have sought asylum since Trump's order went into effect, according to DHS, which oversees Customs and Border Protection.